Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Sourabh Varma, India. On my left, Sony Dwi Kuncoro, Indonesia. Sourabh Varma to serve.
Yes, we're ready once again from court number 2. Sony Dwi Kuncoro from Indonesia playing Varma from India. Varma we saw beating Peter Gade yesterday. And it looks like the same shirt. Maybe he was not expected to play at it today at all.
Perhaps it's the lucky shirt.
Quite a quick laundry he have done.
And seems fired up by the victory of yesterday. Sony taking it easy here in the beginning, exactly like yesterday against Japanese player Takuma Ueda.
Yeah, and Sony Dwi Kuncoro, an interesting player, have won a lot of big tournaments in his career, but have struggled a lot with injuries. And he's a funny player to watch because you know he has a very high level, but you can't actually predict where he is right now.
He won the bronze medal at the 2004 Olympics, and that's 8 years ago, and suffered injuries in his left thigh and in his back. So he's probably quite close to his best level at the moment.
And who do you have as a favorite in this match? We saw Varma yesterday. He played very well against Peter, very aggressive, and actually it was a good match for him also yesterday.
Yeah, I have Sony as a quite clear favorite to win the match. It might go into 3 games, but I really don't see Varma winning this match. His attack was okay, but nothing more, and I think Sony should be able to make quality shots to bring the Indian player in trouble. I heard he passed on playing the World Junior Championships here later this month, and he should of course be fired up by his win yesterday.
4-0.
4-0. Varma with the service. And we got a question from Morten, who is actually sitting in this sports park today, Sten. That's something new. You can listen to listen to the commentary on your cell phone, and that was Morten is doing. And he's asking, besides there's a lot of Chinese to pick off, why is it that they are so dominating in the world of badminton?
Yeah, that's a good question, and actually we should perhaps ask Lee Yongbo about this, because he's been leading the Chinese setup for a decade or more now, and they've been very, very successful. I have, of course, my opinion, but it's based on small bits of information, and I think the Chinese, their approach to developing badminton players is a bit more company-like than in Denmark and in Europe. In Europe, you start playing badminton because you think it's fun. In China, you start playing badminton because you might have a chance to be good at it and make it a career, and you start at a very early age, and you don't start playing matches, you start practicing footwork and strokes, and the strokes you start practicing them without shuttles in the beginning, so you get the right movements, and that's a good way to do it if you want to create good badminton players, but probably it's not as fun as a lot of the, especially Danish players, would want to.
It's more a job.
It's a job. It's a job, and they start practicing on a more or less full-time basis at a very young age. I think 11 or 12 years old. So so they've got a lot of live practice at an earlier age than the European opponents. And then you can say, what about the other Asian countries? I think Korea is also quite systematic about developing badminton players, and probably these two countries are at the moment the strongest in the world in terms of talent development.
And what about a nation like India? We know that Saina Nehwal is a huge star in India. Varma is a young player, maybe a future hope. They also have some other players who's doing very well. India, and also a lot of people living in India.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Indian setup. I know there's a number of academies, but how it's structured, I have no idea.
Kuncoro down with 2 points for Varma. Players have met twice before. Met in Thailand Open in 2012, earlier this year, where Sony Dwi Kuncoro gave Varma a bit of a lecture. 6 and 8 was all that Varma got in that match. Almost got more points now than he got the whole match in that time. It was a tournament Dwi Kuncoro actually also won. They also met back in Yonex Sunrise India Open 2011. That time it was a home victory for Varma from India, winning 21-18, 21-19.
Nice touch here by Varma.
Score 2, 20 seconds. Score 2, 20 seconds. Thank you, coaches.
Playing his chance. Varma, 3-point lead.
Yeah, and also one of these young Indian players emerging on the international scene.
Service over.
We also have
9-11.
Ajay Jairam, who was in the semi-final of Japan Open, I believe it was. Anand Pawar, RMV Guru Saidut, and P. Kashyap. So a number of players can practice together.
And, and it's a badminton nation coming onto the to the screen once again, so to speak. India have been out for a short while.
Yeah, but that's a very, very good development. Actually, they've been out for a long time. I think since Prakash in the 80s was dominating figure in men's singles, and Gopichan won the All England in I think, what was that, 2004? No, he won the All England not too long ago, and sort of sparked the development of Indian badminton again. And we have, of course, Saina as the big star right now, but players coming up in both ladies doubles, mixed doubles, and some men's doubles having a quite decent level at the moment.
Player with a quite decent level, Sony Dwi Kuncoro, former big star on the international stage, one of those players that a lot of people expected to take over from Taufik Hidayat, Olympic bronze medal in 2004, world champion silver medal in 2007, and 3 times Asian champion in 2003 and 2005. Oh. And he made a good comeback here in 2012. Sony has been out for a very, very long time. I think it's almost 2 years that he's been out, and before he totally paused his tournament play, he was struggling for a couple of years as well. So it's nice to see him back. And he's kind of a player that the big favorites maybe not want to play early in the tournament.
No, especially if they're not able to play a bit faster than Sony, then he's really, really dangerous. Beat Lee Chong Wei at the World Championships in 2007 in Malaysia.
14-12.
A couple of easy mistakes here after the interval.
15-12.
And Varma, just 19 years old. Exciting to see if we have a talent here who can take it up to be one of the players who can cheat the best players in the world.
13-15.
And remember, you always have the opportunity for asking us a question during our streaming here at from the Yonex Denmark Open. Send us an email, denmarkopen@badminton.dk. If you want to get news from court number 2, you can follow me on Twitter. I'll try to bring you some news during the day. Among other things, the schedule, who's playing and who will be playing each other, and why the matchup is as it is.
14-15. 16-14.
We got a question from Jeremy Roberts from Cornwall in the UK, who's writing to us in an email. Hi guys, enjoying the coverage so much. Was wondering what's the best way to buy tickets for next year. Go to badminton.dk or badmintondenmark.com. That's the way to buy your tickets, but I'm not sure when they go into sale.
No, they're not for sale yet.
No.
I'm not sure when they're on for sale, but
No.
they're for sale through the Danish sister company of Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
17-15.
There will for sure be a link from our websites, and I'll try to find out when the ticket's going to sale, so we can get some Englishmen to Yonex Denmark Open next year. Also playing here in Odense in Denmark, in the small island of Finan.
Excellent play, excellent net game from Sony here. As the tension rises a bit in the conclusion of the first game.
Play.
Varma with a 2-point lead, 18-16. A bit too long from the Indian.
17-18.
Some of you are asking when we know what's going to be the schedule for tomorrow. We'll hopefully know that late in the day, and Steen is going to take the talk with the TV channels for making good plans for both of us, as we did yesterday. It's a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like the international television covering Court 1, of course, chooses the matches that they want to broadcast. And then the Danish television chooses the matches that they want to broadcast to Denmark in the second session. And then we get to choose some of the matches that we feel is interesting that are not on the main TV court, so we can show that to you here on Court 2.
It's a puzzle having that many companies trying to make the best solution for everyone. 19 all, Steen. A close first game from Kuncoro and Varma.
Oh, that
called
was
in.
called in, and
I'm not sure that was right.
Definitely a questionable call. It might be right, but it was one of those borderline calls that could have been called out, and Sony would be complaining a bit, but of course the line judge in very, very good position.
And it's a game point for Sony Dwi Kuncoro. And you had him as a clear favorite, Steen. He's not been that controlling in this first game.
No, but he wasn't either yesterday, and he's very good at reading his opponents, so I still think that he's the favorite to win the match. Broke a string. It'll be difficult now. This racket will be more and more unpredictable.
Yeah. That's also why...
That's extraordinary.
How did he do that? Yeah.
Or perhaps it wasn't broken at all.
Yeah, something wrong with it.
It sounded like...
You could hear it.
Yeah.
Just a short update from today's schedule, just to make sure what you can watch here on our court. Malaysian Chan and Go in the mixed doubles against Christiansen and Holman from Denmark. We also have Shosasaki against Darren Liev. We have the women's doubles Matuso and Naito from Japan against Sushin and Yu Liu from China. A German clash against China. Mark Schwiebler, the European champion, against 7-seeded Du Pengyu. We have interesting men's doubles in my opinion, Steen, later tonight. Michael Fuchs, Oliver Roth from Germany against Kim Ki-yoon and Kim Se-rang from Korea. That interesting matchup. We saw the German beat two Chinese yesterday, Gu Shindong and Shen Su.
Yeah, good match for the German pairing. I'm perhaps not a favorite of Michael Fuchs, but I like his playing style. He's a very consequent player, executing the game plan.
And in the yeah.
And very, very improved over the last 2 years.
And in the last match for our court tonight, scheduled to 9:15 in the evening, CET Danish time. Patipat and Savitre against the Olympic champions, the world champions, Sangnang Sao Yunlei from China. Perfect way to finish a long day here from Odense. Interesting to see what kind of matches we will have, and for sure we will have some surprises as well. That's quite normal.
Good shot, straight down the line, but also the lift very, very short from Sony.
Service over.
Quite a big miss from Sourabh Varma here. Straight in the middle of the net.
4.
And we saw that Kuncoro was hanging behind in the first games, the beginning of this first game. It's the same fact now in the second. Well, why is that, do you think?
Just taking it easy.
5.
Feeling quite confident that he can score the points that are needed.
Please welcome the court officials onto court number 1.
6-2.
Mixed doubles from Indonesia, Muhammad Rijal and Devi Susanto. And their opponents today, from Denmark, Joachim Fischer and Christina Wilson.
A lot of applause here in Odense Sports Park. Just having the first Dane on the court for today. Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christina Petersen playing on court number 1. And Sten, we got a question from Suyanta from Thailand, who is asking, how many minutes of badminton have you been streaming since Tuesday? And I've been doing some calculating. Do you have a bet for how many minutes have we streamed since the first shuttle was shot here on Tuesday?
Approximately 15 hours a day. That should be 2,000 minutes.
1,364 minutes of badminton. That's 22 hours, 22.7 hours of badminton.
Sometimes it feels like more.
It's late in the evening if it's like more.
Exactly.
Thanks for asking. And 1,364 minutes, and that was before this game from Varma and Kuncoro. And Kuncoro back in the game here, staying 6-0, and seems like it's him who's taking control of it.
Yeah, it seems like he's doing nothing more than what is absolutely needed to try to proceed to the quarterfinals.
7-6.
So we got a question asked from Biasa Insan. What happened with Line Fria Christiansen, the Danish women's doubles player?
Yeah, Lina, she retired approximately a year and a half ago, I think, and recently became a mother.
Yeah. So no more badminton on top level for Lina.
Oh, I think she's trying to get back on club level and play for club in Northern Jutland. The club where also Yao Ji and Eric Pang is playing.
And Thomas Laybourne, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 9-8 for Varma. Like the first game where Varma is taking the points and the lead, and Kuncoro just taking it easy. Looking a lot down on his angles, Kuncoro, on his left ankle.
Yeah. He knows how to conserve energy. No use in getting too much feelings into the game. Just keep concentrated, keep calm.
The winner of this match is going to play Wang Xingming or Chen Long from China tomorrow. And remember that if you want news from court number 2, you can follow us on Twitter. Bring news to you from our courts, so please don't hesitate to log into Twitter and get more of Yonex Denmark Open that you ever have had. Never have that much of covering from the tournament as we have this year on live streaming and Facebook, and of course at badmintondenmark.com.
Quite a long rally here.
Yeah. And 1 point lead for Varma on the interval. And it looks a lot like the first game, this one thing.
Yeah. Very similar to the first game. Very close match. And I think Sony trying to hang on until it gets really close at the conclusion of the game, and then trying to use his experience to get the better of Sourabh Varma. And for Varma it would be really important to create a gap of 2 or 3 points. I think he will benefit from playing these long rallies eventually. Should be in better physical shape than Sony.
11-10. Play. That's over. 11-0.
Just increase the pace a bit, Sony.
Made from Adrian in Singapore, Adrian, who were asking about the book of Peter Gade, the autobiography, if it was translated into English, and he says thanks for answering my question. I might get the book after all, even if I can't understand it. I'm a big fan of Peter, and I think it will be most original written in Danish. Yeah, and then you can go practice, Adrian. Foreign people in Denmark say it's very difficult to understand the Danish language, so yeah, enjoy yourself with your Danish.
Make good use of Google Translate.
Yes, and you'll perhaps have some funny sentence.
Yeah.
And Dwi Kuncoro with momentum, leading with the 3 points, and yeah, he's got it under control. It's, as you said, he is
He
taking it easy.
increased the pace a little bit here and scored 4 out of the last 5 points.
And it's funny to see Kuncoro. You don't know where you actually have him, but you know he will deliver in a game in a match like this.
Yeah, when he's physically fit, he's a very, very solid player, very experienced, good defense, moves well. Excellent repertoire of strokes, so definitely a top player.
And Varma is
17-13.
looks like a player who's packing his gear and taking the first flight back to India. But he was the man who ends the tournament career of Peter Gade in Denmark. A special feeling for him yesterday, I suppose.
Yeah.
18-13.
And just to make sure it's not the last match for Peter Gade on Danish soil, he's playing Lindan between Christmas and New Year in the big Finnish show, so to speak. in Copenhagen during the Yonex Copenhagen Masters. Great smash from Kuncoro.
Please welcome the club officials.
What just happened there?
It was good.
Yeah.
Varma thought it stayed on the side of Sony Kuncoro, but it just crossed the net.
And their opponents today, from Denmark, Yonex and Lisa Hansen.
A match point for Kuncoro. 20-13.
Service over. 14-20.
And we saw that Sung Ji Hun in the women's single make a great comeback. Shall we expect the same from Varma now?
I don't know why you're asking me, Rasmus, because obviously I have no clue. He's been playing well the last 3 rallies.
Yeah.
But I think Sony is too experienced to let this slip away.
Yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah, and he's playing really well, Varma. Sony wants to dry his face, but he's not allowed to break the rhythm of the Indian player. Good defense.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ready for the quarterfinal. Sony Dwi Kuncoro from Indonesia, winning 21-19, 21-17 against Varma from India. Kuncoro will play either Wang Qinming or Chen Long from China tomorrow. We'll take a short break and then we're ready for the first game in the match in the doubles categories. From this court today, Chan and Go from Malaysia against Christiansen and Holman from Denmark.